Trent, running with the ones today, was that rewarding, I guess, for what you've done?
Oh, yes, sir, definitely. You know, it feels good anytime hard work starts to pay off and you can see it coming through on the field. It feels good.
You got you working at the boundary?
Yeah, boundary free. I mean, they want us to both have guys where we can, be able to do both sides.
Coach talked about this was kind of a sluggish day. What did he tell you guys? How do you feel after the practice?
Yeah, we got to pick the tempo up. We got to get after it on Friday. Had a pretty good workout yesterday, but that's no excuse for kind of slow day. We just got to have our leaders step up and get things going on Friday.
What's your just impression of the spring as a whole and how far you guys have come?
I think we're making some progress, definitely. I feel like we got most of our stuff installed and we're kind of just polishing it up, and you got to fine tune our work.
You talk a little bit about your progress coming in, being a walk-on, getting a scholarship, and now actually, looking to make plays on the field and contribute to the defense.
Yeah, walked on and redshirted that first year and got on special teams and broke my ankle. And then last year was great to get to play a little defense and contribute more on special teams, and I'm hoping get more and more snaps on defense this year. So I'm excited.
What's the biggest thing you worked on during the off season?
Just getting stronger, getting bigger and stronger. I mean, SEC games, Georgia, Alabama, big running backs. You gotta be able to get them down. Gotta get bigger and stronger.
Is that an emphasis for all the safeties? I know Demetrius said he's putting on weight too.
Yeah. I mean, we're pretty thin back there. At least we were last year, but everyone's getting stronger.
You spoke about leadership stepping up. Coach spoke about it as well. Last year, I think the leaders were a bit more defined early on. When you're speaking about that, who are you looking to when you're looking at defensive room?
I mean, everybody, all the seniors. I mean, D Ford's back, Nosa, Jeff, those guys stick out. Jay Collin, he's been around for a while, but Chris Davis, Jermaine, guys who've been around making plays, they're the ones who are going to be the leaders.
What's the biggest difference, responsibility-wise, for safeties in this scheme?
Not much. We just got to communicate. I mean, that was the big thing last year, was communication, and now with kind of that hybrid star safety, we all got to make sure we can just communicate with each other.
Trent, talk about the pace of just getting ready for a fast-paced offense. Are you guys making some progress on that?
Yes, sir, definitely. Man, our offense is fast. They can get a play in and get lined up quicker than, with what we're doing on defense, though, we're being able to handle it. The way we're getting calls in and the way, just the way our defense is functioning, the defense will be able to handle that kind of offense. So it's going good. The way we signals and everything, guys getting lined up, and that's part of the reason we want guys to be able to play boundary or free, because if we're trying to run back and forth, there's no way you're going to be able to get lined up in time. So that's another advantage to that.
Was that more difficult last year to deal with that, the way you did things last year?
Yeah. I mean, you play Texas A&M and you're trying to think and figure out and process the call and get the signal from the sideline, and they're running the ball right at you, So it's good where guys can, I can just stay on the right, he can stay on the left, and we can get the call and we're ready to go.
Does that make some of the communication easier? The defense a little bit seems to be a little simpler than
yeah.
last year.
I mean, football is football, so we're doing all the same stuff, but yeah, it's all on us. So if I'm at free and someone's in the boundary and we know each other's jobs, then if we're that smart at it, we can just stay on the same side. We don't have to rotate.
It seems like the boundaries more in the box and more up against the run than the free is there. While you've been working in both, are you any more comfortable working against the run or more against the pass, or does it matter?
It doesn't really matter. I feel comfortable doing either one.
When Coach gets on you guys for a lackluster practice, I mean, and then he calls for the leadership to step up. What does that entail?
What do you mean?
How do you guys respond to making sure that Friday and Saturday's practices are going to be better than today's?
It starts right now. I mean, you got to go home. You got to eat and hydrate and make sure your body's right on Friday to come out and get after it. And then, the second we hit the field during the warm-up, we got to be all in. We got to be getting after it.
How much you weigh right now?
About 205.